Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. This is my last share for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team for the month of October. And of course, I'm going to use another Halloween cut file. This is one of my favorite holidays. My family really gets into it. My kids love it. And yeah, I've got quite a few photos left from 2018 that I am trying to get scrapped. So I am going to go ahead and start with this Happy Halloween title cut file, which is just incredible. I've cut it out on black, and I had intended to actually use a plain white background for this layout, but I don't end up doing that. So this mixed media is kind of gets lost on the finished product, but if you were doing a plain white background, this would look amazing. And even better because it would stand out more. But what I'm doing is just taking some of my mist inks and splattering them all over the scripty part of the title. I'm really keeping it centered on that section because I'm going to back the Halloween with pattern papers. But I've just gone through with a gold, a pink, and a peach in various brands. And I've gone ahead and let that dry, and now I'm just coming in with my Simple Stories Happy Haunting collection, which is just right up my alley. I'm really loving this collection. I think it's from last year, but I got it on clearance from scrapbook.com, and I just love the colors. I really love the pops of pastel pink and peach in with the bright oranges and the blacks and the grays. I'm just finding it really awesome for like unisex for both my son and my daughter layouts. It's perfect. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, I've used it a ton this season. So I am just going through with some of the pattern papers, and I'm going to back this Halloween word. And I'm going to leave the center part of the O and the A off. They do come with the cut file, but I just found this spiderweb pattern just fit perfectly inside the O, so I didn't want to muck around with cutting out the center portion of that. So I'm just doing the stick and cut method for this. There's pretty simple shapes, so I find this is the easiest method to use when the shapes are simple and small like this. So there we go. I've gone ahead and used a bunch of different patterns to back those letters, and I've also backed the little cauldron, the stars, and the bats with just different patterns. Just try to get a good variation of colors and patterns there. Now I'm going to use this black and white, orange and black spot pattern paper for my background, but of course that's quite a busy little cut file already with all the splattering and the backing, so I am going through and just using some white gesso here, and I'm just doing rough brush strokes, and I am keeping my brush quite minimally loaded. I'm not putting too much on at once. I'm just scooping up a little bit and then really spreading it out so it's a nice thin layer. But I am using white because I do want to kind of blur out that pattern where my cut files and my photos are going to go. So now I'm coming in with some just plain acrylic paint, just artist acrylic. It's not super expensive, it's nothing fancy. I'm just mixing a little bit of red in with white to make some of that really nice pale pastel pink, and I'm just going over the top of the gesso, and I'm not going all the way to the edge. You can see there where I'm keeping mostly centered on the center, and then I am just sort of feathering it out towards the edges, letting the gesso do most of that masking work for me. I've gone in and added some more red and some yellow to make a more peachy pink color there. I've added some of that on with my paintbrush as well, and then I'm going in with some splatters with that, and I've also added some water. You would have seen me tip some water in at one point just to make this a little bit thinner and more of a runny texture. It makes it a lot easier to splatter. Now I'm adding some more water and some more colored paint, so just more yellow and more red until I get the color that I want. I'm just going for a really kind of corally orange color. There we go. Just coming in with that with some nice big splatters all over the center area where I've done those brush strokes. And once I've done those splatters, I'm going to come in and just load up my brush really heavily with paint and then squeeze the tip so I get those nice big splotches. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, but yeah, there you can see I'm squeezing the tip and letting them sort of drop out in big droplets. Very last thing I'm going to do is just do some white splatters with my Liquitex acrylic ink just around the edges, just to really make those splatters pop. And that has all dried. There was quite a lot on there, but honestly it didn't warp too much because I used the gesso and because I used my my hairdryer on a cool setting to dry it off, and that really helps prevent warping, I found, as opposed to using heat or a heat gun to dry my paper. So once that is all dry, I'm coming in with my photos and I'm just going to back them. I'm going to back this one on this black and white kind of leaf pattern. The other two I'm going to back with the 3x4 cut apart sheet. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to let you know to please check the description box for the link to this cut file and to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group. It's really worth joining. We have free cut files and competitions and challenges and fun stuff happening over there all the time. So I definitely recommend going to join if you haven't already. You can also share all your projects, and it's just a really fun, community spirited group over there. So now I'm going through with that cut apart sheet. Like I said, I'm going to cut out 2 of these 3x4 cards, the floral one and this stripy, it almost reminds me of like a pinstripe suit. And I'm going to use those to back my other 2 photos. These were taken at a Halloween street parade that we used to go to all the time. We didn't go last year, my son was sick, and I honestly don't think we'll be going again, because the last time we went it was so busy. We couldn't find a park. There were so many people, it was really hard to see what was going on, so that's why there's no photos of the actual parade, but there is photos of, you know, me and my little E's. I'm just going to cut out the center of this stripy card because I really like that cute little ghosty. But yeah, I don't think we'll be going back. So I really want to document kind of like, yeah, this year that we went and we had fun. That photo of me and my son, we both got ice creams. Not that you can see, but my daughter is in her adorable little pumpkin costume. My son decided he didn't want to wear a costume, which is fine, so I didn't try to force him. That top picture of me is a Snapchat filter actually, and I just thought it was really funny. I took it in the car, and yeah, I just really like the, the Halloweeny vibe of it, and plus it's made my eyes like amber colored, and yeah, that's really fun. My eyes are usually bluish green, so yeah, I just really like the photo. So I'm just popping in a kind of subtitle with these little alphas. I'm just popping in Street Parade 2018. Those are from Kaisercraft, those little type alphas. And then I'm going to pull out the ephemera pack, and I'm going to use this little tag to pop my journaling in. I'm just using a grey fine liner pen. Not sure what I wrote actually, just about the street parade. I'm sure you can see it in the close-ups anyway. So I'm going to pop that under that photo. Nice little space for it just there. I will come in with some twine. Yep, just some black and white baker's twine, and add that to the top of my tag. In there, and I am going to just pop a little bit of glue behind the tag just to hold it in place. I don't want it flipping up and covering up that cute little bat on the cut file. So I'm going to come in with just some bits and pieces. The ephemera I have for this collection is actually the journaling ephemera, so it's a little bit trickier for me to use, but I'm going to get a few of these little wordy bits and pieces on. I really like that to die for hexagon, but it doesn't make it stays on here for a while, but I'll pull it off eventually. That Tukki's book, I love that. It's perfect just to go below her. I have cut off the top of my page. I apologize, but I will pull it down in a minute when I realize. I really like this little that little circular piece says all hail the pumpkin queen, I think, which I thought was cute, so I want to put it up kind of beside me because I've got that creepy mask thing happening. I popped that little these are chipboard pieces, so I really love that spiderweb fits just perfectly behind the spiderweb on the cut file. I love that little ghosty too. I'll fit her in, and this little poison bottle I thought was really sweet, so that's going to tuck in just at the top there. And now bring in some of the stickers, so some of the just the little phrase stickers, pop that in at the bottom there. This little stripy tab. I love that hey boo little speech bubble. It's really cute. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue all these little bits and pieces down. Know that I want to keep them there. Sorry, we'll pull that down in a second so you can see. There you go. It says I came for the booze. It's got kind of like a houndstooth pattern on it. Just little bits of tacky glue behind all those pieces, just hold them on. And some of these little bat stickers, they'll go in perfectly because I already have that bat on the cut file. So tuck in a little spider, another couple of little word pieces, Jeepers Creepers, and then I think this is scary cute. I'm just going to tuck that there. And I will just add some more glue behind that wood chipboard piece so that it doesn't go moving around. And I'll just add some glue to all those just in case. You never know with chipboard pieces. And then the last thing I'm going to do is come in with some of these little drops. They're called liquid pearls. I've had them for years and years, and they're still liquid amazingly. Oh, they're by Ranger, so there you go. So I've used 3 colors: copper pearl, platinum, and pastel pink. Surprised but pleased that they still work. They're nice and metallic, and I'm just using those as wood enamel dots, 3 groups of 3. And that's my layout finished. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to check the description box for those links, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.